There we go. Welcome to the Tuesday Top 10 show at the Collective in Altamont Springs. This is episode 65, and we're highlighting the best new comics that you should be picking up for the week of November 12th, 2024. If you watch the show and enjoy it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. That's on our YouTube page, on Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. Let us know your thoughts, feedback, and opinions about what you see. And if you pick up a comic that you see on the show, make sure to let us know when you check out at the shop. Log into your Comic Hub account this Friday, November 15th after 5 p.m. to pre-order your comics. That's under the Shop Coming Soon and Last Call FOC sections. And all orders are due by the next day, Saturday, November 16th at midnight, to guarantee your copy of any open order or single issue. Open order cover or single issue. As long as I've been doing this, you'd think I'd get that right. If you see an incentive cover that's a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, maybe even a 1 in 100 that you'd like to order, send us a request via the hub. You can also give us a call at 407-637-2843 or 321-295-7091, and that second number is a cell phone, so you can also send us a text. Join our Discord server and follow the store on all social media platforms at Collective CCG. Come out to the shop on Tuesday nights to play Star Wars Unlimited Twin Suns multiplayer format with several shop regulars. Wednesday nights we have Dungeons and Dragons night. That is several new one-shot campaigns or ongoing campaigns with several groups. And Thursday is board game night. That one's a big one. A lot of store regulars out here playing board games. Bring your own board games from your collection or borrow one from our big stockpile. We do have quite a few interesting games to play. All three events on each individual day start at 6 p.m. and we're still open until 10 o'clock on Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 11. All right. With that out of the way, we are going to do a little bit of looking at things that are in the order book this month that I want to talk about. And the first one is the Justice League, the Atom Project #1. These will be on FOC shortly in the next coming weeks. The Atom Project is the story of how the main Justice League characters are going to get their powers back after the Absolute Power story. And it has a couple of covers. So this is by Ryan Parrott and John Ridley with art by Mike Perkins. You see here we have several covers. The main cover by Mike Perkins. We have the Dan Mora Lucio Perillo. That is Steven Segovia. That's the incentive. All right. We have the next one that's coming soon. These are all coming out in January. This is DC Power: Rise of the Power Company. With the Justice League heroes missing their powers, something has to fill the vacuum, and someone has to take over the Watchtower. This is by Brandon Thomas and Vita Ayala. John Jennings. This looks like an anthology. Zipporah Smith. Art by Ray Anthony Height, Kanan White, and Kelsey Ramsey, and Charles Stewart III. We have several cool looking covers for this one. For the main cover, we have Althea Martin. Davy Go. Valentine Delandry. That one's cool. Alright. January 15th from Marvel, Ultimate Wolverine #1. This looks like it's going to be a blending of several characters, so I don't know if you look at his costume, looks a little Deadpoolish, but it's Ultimate Wolverine. It's the new Ultimate Wolverine from the new Ultimate Universe. And this is by Chris Condon, Alessandro Capuccio, Michelle Marchese. That's the editor. No. We have main cover. We have the Steve Scroce variant, and that's an incentive. I didn't show that one. That one's unsettling. Magic #1. That one is on January 8th. It's a solo series for Ileana Rasputin by Ashley Allen and Herman Peralta. We have the Herman Peralta main cover. This is the 1 in 10 Peach Momoko. I'm not even going to go over that one. I don't know why it's going through the incentives first. And 1 in 25 is Cool by Jay Anacleto. David Nakayama variant. And Daike Ruan. Very cool Flaming Sword variant. That's the Ji Young Lee variant. And that's store exclusives. This is another one I'm looking forward to. This is Rogue the Savage Land, which is coming out the second week of January. It's a flashback to when the X-Men were in the Savage Land, or Rogue was in the Savage Land with Magneto. I don't know, it's going to be cool. A good throwback to some 90s, late 80s, early 90s. By Tim Seeley and Zulema Scotto Lavina. That's the main cover. That's not even shown yet. 1 in 25 by Alexander Lozano. Jeromo Pena, 1 in 50. That's really cool. Some of these aren't even listed. There we go. And the order these showing is weird. Nick Bradshaw, very, very awesome. Love Nick Bradshaw art. Olivier Vatine, interesting. Russell Dodderman, like a design variant, very cool. That's Rogue the Savage Land in January. A few of these coming out. We got What If Galactus Transform Gambit #1. That's on January 8th. This is by Josh Trujillo and Manuel Garcia. Main cover. It's funny, some of these images are loading in the previews but not showing in the main when you click on it. And there's going to be 3 of these, I think. 4 of these. What If Galactus Transformed Rogue? So this is a 4-issue series. This one's by Ann Nocenti and Stephen Byrne. So each issue is going to be by a different creative team. I like that cover a lot. The Paul Renaud variant. And there's another one, What If Galactus Transformed Moon Knight? That one is by Alex Segura, Scott Eaton, and Cam Smith. We got a Iban Coelho variant. And that's all for that one. And probably my favorite upcoming one is What If Galactus Transforms Spider-Gwen? This one's by Kalinda Vasquez and Daniel Picciotto. A couple covers on this one. That's the main cover. Mark Bagley variant. Very cool. Pete Woods variant. And that's the What If Galactus Transformed Various Characters 4-issue miniseries. Again, each issue created by different teams. At the end of January, have from Marvel Star Wars A New Legacy #1. This is the relaunch of the Star Wars series. This is by Charles Soule, Ramon Rosanas. It's going to be a great book. The Star Wars series continues to be a hit. We have a main cover, a Linnea Francis Yu 1 in 25, a Kyle Holtz 1 in 50, regular Kyle Holtz variant. Star Wars A New Legacy at the end of January. We got a couple more DC books. We got Aquaman #1 at the beginning of January. And this is by Jeremy Adams and John Timms. The art in this, in the preview, looks really awesome. It's been a long time since Aquaman's had his own ongoing series, so I hope this one is as good as it looks. We got a John Timms main cover, Ivan Heiss variant. That's a Tula Lotte. That looks like it was painted from a model. That one's really cool. Looks like she's underwater, of course. Was that an incentive? No. Okay, cool. Brad Walker with the 90s throwback Aquaman. Hook hand. 1 in 25 by Salvador Lorica. Christian Ward, 1 in 50. Very cool. Like I said, I hope that one's as good as it looks because it's been a long time since Aquaman's had a hit series. And then we have the Superman Lex Luthor special at the end of January. This is by Joshua Williamson and Eddie Barrows with inks by Eber Ferreira. We have a main cover. We have a Gleb Melnikov variant. And that's all. That is basically the news. Look for those books on FOC coming up in the next few weeks. Probably starting this Friday because they are shipping in January. Keep an eye out for that. Let's get into the top 10 for the week. All right. Number 10 is String number 1. This is by Mad Cave Studios with words by Paul Tobin and art by Carlos Javier Oliveras. Inks by Sarah Colella. I messed that one up. Taylor Esposito on letters. And we have the Carlos Javier Oliveras cover. There are only 2 copies of this available, so if you want this and you did not pre-order it, make sure you come in and pick that up. It will probably sell out. All right, number 9. Helen of Windhorn, number 6. This is the final issue of this miniseries. And Helen relives her final adventures in the fantasy world, riding a shark like a horse into the sunset and battling dangerous mermen. Look, it's comics. That's ridiculous. It sounds silly. This is a great series. This is by the same creative team that brought you the Superwoman, Woman of Tomorrow in 2022 and 2023. This is an absolutely amazing art by Bilquis Evely, a great story by Tom King, inks and colors by Matt Lopes. And we have 2 covers by Bilquis Evely, the main cover and the foil variant. If you did not pick up this series and you did like the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow series, you absolutely should look for the trade on this book. This is one of the best books of 2024, and that is Helen of Windhorn, number 6. Number 8 is Batman Gotham by Gaslight, The Kryptonian Age, number 6, another series finale. Though there will be a 4th series in this story, based on how this one is going. This is Batman working alongside strange new heroes to save the day from several threats that he thought he had handled already, but they've resurfaced. Story by Andy Diggle, art by Leandro Fernandez. Man, I'm just messing up names left and right today. We have a Leandro Fernandez cover, and this one is actually sold out. This is actually my copy. I wanted to show it off. If you did not FOC this and you want this book, make sure to request a reorder. I'm sure that the store will be reordering this. This has been a popular series, and this book has been a great read. This is Batman Gotham by Gaslight, The Kryptonian Age, number 6. Number 7, we're sticking with DC for a minute. We have Black Lightning. If you like the TV show, you're going to want to check this one out. This is just a great character, just an underrated character, but such a good character, such a good story. Jefferson Pierce is back, and he's leading the Justice League's new metahuman outreach initiative. Brendan Thomas is handling the story on this one. Pencils by Fico Asio. Ulysses is doing the colors on this one. We have Fico Asio and Ulysses on the cover, the main cover. That one is, that's the Sanford Green cover. I should have known that. Sanford Green variant. And we have a Taran Clark variant on Black Lightning number 1. Let's get some more books up there. sure everything's centered like a professional here. I am not a professional. Number 6 is Black Hammer Spiral City #1 from Dark Horse Comics. This is a brand new generation of heroes in the Black Hammer universe. Written by Jeff Lemire with art by Teddy Christensen. And we have several variant covers. I believe that's the Matt Wagner cover. That's definitely a Matt Wagner cover. Yep. That is obviously Mike Mignola on that variant. Duncan Fegredo on this variant. And we have a main cover by Teddy Christensen on Black Hammer Spiral City #1. That's number 6 on the list this week. Number 5 is the lone Marvel entry in the top 10 this week. It's Psylocke #1. She was trained to be an assassin since birth, but Conan chose to be an X-Man. But sometimes there are still paths that must be walked alone. This is, of course, from Marvel Comics. We have a story by Alyssa Wong, art by Vincente Caratu, Fernando Cifuentes on colors, and Ariana Meyer on letters. We have a Mahmoud Asrar main cover with Matt Wilson on colors. That is the Ricky Yagawa variant. Find a place for these. This is the logo variant. I believe that is the Hikam Habichi. I probably butchered that name too. Tren Win. No, that's Stanley Art. That's Stanley. That's Art Jerome Lau. That's Stanley Lau. Come on, think about it. That's definitely Stanley. That's definitely. All right. And one more variant on this one. This is the foil cover. I didn't make a note of which one is the foil cover. That is just an absolutely great foil cover. $8.99 on the price on the Marvel foils. That's Psylocke #1. Number 4 is another relaunch. We got Power Rangers Prime #1. This is a new cast taking up the defense of Angel Grove from Boom Studios with story by Melissa Flores, pencils by Michael YG, colors by Fabi Marquez, and letters by Ed Dukeshire. The spoiler cover is by In-Hyuk Lee. It's polybagged for a reason. Spoilers, of course. We have the main cover by Dan Mora. This is the Juni Ba variant. I have a blank sketch cover. And that is all we have for Power Rangers Prime #1. All right. Number 3 is Absolute Batman Noir Edition #1. This is a single issue. They will not be doing these, it looks like, for the remainder of the first arc. This is basically a reprinting of #1 in all black and white from DC Comics, written by Scott Snyder and drawn by Nick Dragotta, letters by Clayton Cowles. And we have 2 covers on this one, the main black and white and the foil version. These will absolutely sell out, but there are a lot of them, so if you did not FOC this and you want this, come in and pick it up. That is Absolute Batman #1 Noir Edition. Alright, last 2 books for the night. Number 2 is Star Trek Lower Decks. If you love this show and want to see it continue, this is where it's going to continue at. This is IDW Comics. This will be an ongoing series taking place after season 5 of the show. This is written by Ryan North with art by Derek Charm, and this is the Derek Charm main cover and the Megan Huang variant. Star Trek Lower Decks #1. And the final book this week is, of course, without a doubt, G.I. Joe #1. This is actually the first G.I. Joe #1 since this is only the second G.I. Joe #1 that's ever been printed. This is the first G.I. Joe #1 ongoing series since the 1985 launch that continued through multiple publishers, including Skybound Image, that is going on right now in the 300s. This one is actually in continuity with the Energon universe, so the Transformers and the other G.I. Joe miniseries have been going on. This is written by the same writer from those miniseries, Joshua Williamson, and art by Tom Riley, colors by Jordi Belair. We have the Tom Riley and Jordi Belair main cover. We have the Brett Booth variant cover, got a 90s throwback on that one. That's a David Finch, some more 90s classic artists on that. We got a Sozomaika variant cover of the Baroness. This is the variant, the Virgin variant of the Jenny Frison. Then there is the foil version of the Jenny Frison, and I absolutely love the foils that they're doing for these G.I. Joe books because they're a matte foil, and you can't really tell that, I don't think, on the camera, but these foils, these matte foils look absolutely incredible. And it's Jenny Frison, so it's definitely worth picking up. That's just amazing art. May have picked up 5 different covers for this book. It's just what. And we got a blank variant. That is G.I. Joe #1. We do have a lot of copies of that, but because it is the first G.I. Joe #1 in over 30 years, it probably will sell out, so come and get your copy. That's all I have for you this week. Have a great week.